My dear, the most energetic students, welcome back once again to our English online class. It's me Arun, and let us start. See, in the previous class we discussed a poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, and I understood that you all understood the chapter very well, and I received a lot of activities that you have done, and all the activities were really impressive, and I'm very happy for that, and I expect more and more from you. Please do the same throughout our academic year. Okay, so today we are moving to the 5th chapter, Arachne. What's it? Arachne. So you may think, why me is moving from the 1st chapter to the 5th chapter? Then why I'm not taking 2, 3 and 4th chapters? Just one answer is there, because this is one of the beautiful story which is there in your textbook. One of the best, one of the most beautiful story in your textbook, Arachne, chapter number 5. Okay. Arachne. So it will be a little bit difficult for you to read. A-R-A-C-H-N-E. Arachne. It's a name of a beautiful girl. A small beautiful girl. Okay. So before moving to the story, Arachne, I would like to tell you another small story. Ready? Okay. Once there was a teacher. Okay. His name was Ramcharan. Ramcharan was his a teacher was there, and he was very wise, he was brilliant, and he was rich also. Okay, he was brilliant and he was rich also. So he joined in a new school, okay, and he started working there. And how he goes to school, you know, not by the car, not by the bike or something, because it was a village. So he was traveling through a small boat, a small ferry, a small boat. And so he used to travel by the boat every day. And I told you that the teacher was very rich and very brilliant. So he was a little bit pride also. So pride, what it is, pride. Have you heard? Are you pride? So what is pride? Pride is a negative quality. Pride is a negative quality, negative thing, negative speciality. What do you mean by pride? You know, pride means I feel myself as I am the best and others are not good. I am the perfect person, I am the best person, I am the wisest person, I am the richest person, nobody can even touch me. So such a feeling is called pride. Pride means a negative quality, feeling that I am everything, I am the king and you are nothing, others in the world are nothing, but I am the great, I am the best. Such a feeling is called pride. So what do you think? Is it a good quality? No, never. We cannot call pride as a good quality. If you have such a feeling, certainly your life will be zero, will be a failure. So what do you think? You have such a thinking, you have such a thought that I am the great person in the world. Do you have such a feeling? No, I'm sure you are nice-hearted people. Me too. Okay, me too. So anyway, we are not pride, but I'm going to tell the story of a teacher, Ramcharan, who was very much pride. One day, after the class, he was going home. Okay, after the class from the school, he was going to his home. And he was traveling by the ferry, by the boat, I told you, by the boat. And there was a boatman, a ferryman. Ferryman, you know, a person will be sitting at the edge of the boat and he will be doing like this. He will be doing like this for moving the ferry, you know. So he was there sitting at the end of that ferry and he was driving the boat like this. And only they two were there. It was evening, I told you. And while they were traveling, our pride teacher Ramcharan asked to the ferryman, to the boatman, excuse me, man. Then he said, yes. So what is your educational qualification? Or which class you have completed? Then the ferryman said, sir, actually I didn't go to school. I only studied up to 3rd class. Then he asked, 3rd class? Why? Why didn't you continue studying? Then he said, what to say, sir, my father didn't have enough money, so I couldn't go to school, so I couldn't complete my education. Then Ramcharan said, oh, pity for you. What a man you are. Without education, how can you live? Then the ferryman didn't tell anything. Again, Ramcharan asked another question. Do you know mathematics? Do you know subtraction, division, multiplications, each kinds of things? Then the ferryman said, I don't know much, sir, but I can count and manage the money only, and I don't know much more about mathematics. Then he said, shame, shame. You don't know anything. Okay. The next question again he asked, do you know English? Are you able to read English, write English? Do you know grammar and spellings? Then the ferryman said, no, sir. I told you I didn't go to school, so I don't know English, how to read, how to write, I don't know anything. Oh, shame, what a waste life you have. Even do you know science, chemistry, biology, physics, such things you know? Again he said, no, sir. I told you I didn't go to school, so how I know? I don't know anything, such things. Oh, pathetic. Even do you watch movies in TV, in your television at your home? Then he said, sir, I'm sorry, I don't have much money, so we have no television in our home. Then Ramcharan felt again more pride. Oh, what a waste life, what a shameful life you have. No education, no money, even no television. See, you know what my condition is? Who said? Ramcharan said, see, I am a teacher, highly educated. I know mathematics, I know English, I know science, and I have enough money, and I have all the luxuries, and I feel I am far much better than you, because I know everything and you don't know anything. What a shameful waste life you have. So how do you continue your life? What will be your future without education, without money? So he was telling in such a manner. And our ferryman was silent and sitting sad at the corner, and he was continuing driving the boat. When they reached at the middle of the river, a twist happened. Something suddenly happened. The whole sky became very dark. Thunder, lightning took place. And a huge wind also started blowing. So understood, it is the chance for a heavy rain. It is going to rain heavily. So it started, the rain has started. It was heavy rain. Huge raindrops are falling down. And the whole the boat is filled with water. So both of them got afraid, because at any time the boat will sink into the water. So both of them were tensed and started praying, God, my God, save us. But unfortunately, the whole boat is filled with water, and the boat is going to sink into the water suddenly. Then the ferryman asked to the teacher, Teacher, do you know swimming? Then Ramcharan said, swimming? I don't know. Then he said, actually, you know maths, you know chemistry, you know physics, you know English, you have money, everything, but you don't know how to swim, isn't it? Yes. Why? If you know swimming only, we can save our life, because this boat is going to sink into the water and we are going to die. Oh my God, what are you telling? I don't know. I can't swim. But the boatman was helpless. He cannot save the other's life. So he jumped into the water and he started swimming, and he escaped. He saved his life and he reached the shore. But our poor teacher who had the pride that I have a lot of knowledge, I have everything, I am the great, I am the best, who thought but who didn't know how to swim. The boat sank and our teacher also sank into the water, passed away, died. So here actually it is true. It is a fact that he has more education, a teacher has more education, and our boatman has very less education. But some situations, some other skills also will help you to save your life. Sometimes your education, your money cannot save your life. Some other skills should be there. Do you remember our last flood? We, the people of Kerala, affected by the flood, not only poor people, rich people, educated people, film actors, businessmen, everyone affected with the flood. Their whole home sunk into the water. At the time, who saved? Do you remember who saved? Who were the real heroes that time? The fishermen, who have no much education, who have no much money, but they are the heroes at the time. They came and they saved the life of such educated and such rich people. So sometimes some skills will help us to save our life. So please don't be pride that I have everything. If you have a skill, if you have a quality, if you have a value, if you are blessed with something, please don't be pride. Yes, I have that, because everything is given by the God and He has the power to take it from you at any time. So think in your mind, everything is given by, everything is the blessing of the God. So don't be pride, but be thankful to God whatever He gave you. Imagine if you are the most beautiful guy in your class, the most beautiful student in your class, and you are saying others that I am the most beautiful, the handsome or the beautiful student in this class. If you are saying with a pride voice, anytime anything will happen, isn't it? That beauty has no guarantee at all. And if you have much money, suddenly one day I'm getting 2 crores or 3 crores of money in my hand, I'm saying I am the richest person in this village and you are nothing, I will not give anything to you. Maybe one day a thief will rob everything from me and I will be again poor. So everything is under the control of God. So whatever you have, be thankful to the God and don't be pride. Okay, so here you are going to see the story of Arachne, a beautiful girl who was pride, who became pride because of some special skills. In page number 39, please, everybody, please take page number 39, our 5th chapter, Arachne. So when I read the chapter, just use the tip of your finger and follow the lines. Are you ready? Okay. So, chapter number 5, Arachne. So, here in the box something is there. So, you don't want to read it, because let us read it after completing this chapter. So, let us move to the chapter. Listen carefully. There lived in Greece, in ancient times, a young maiden whose name was Arachne. She lived with her parents and brothers and sisters at the foot of Mount Olympus in Thessaly. Their cottage was on the outskirts of a village and was surrounded by meadows, through which ran a murmuring stream. When the sun shone bright, Arachne would walk along the banks of the stream. Once again, let me read once again. Listen. There lived in Greece in ancient time a young maiden whose name was Arachne. She lived with her parents and brothers and sisters at the foot of Mount Olympus in Thessaly. Their cottage was on the outskirts of a village and was surrounded by meadows, through which ran a murmuring stream. When the sun shone bright, Arachne would walk along the banks of the stream. So take your books on your hand and let us discuss what is there in this chapter. We are going to see our heroine, the most beautiful, cute girl, Arachne. Are you ready? See, listen. There lived in Greece. Before that, let me tell you one thing. Actually, it is a Greek mythology. Greek means, Greece. Greece are there. It is a Greek story. Mythology means an old story. The story of God as some supernatural things. So, such a Greek story it is. Arachne is such a Greek story. Okay. So, listen. There lived in Greece in ancient times a young maiden whose name was Arachne. What is it? There lived in Greece before long time in Greece. So, in ancient time means before long years. Ancient time means before long years, there lived a young maiden. Maiden means a young girl who is not married. Means a small, beautiful young girl who is not married. Not such a small child, but a young girl who is not married. So that is called maiden, whose name was Arachne. So Arachne was our heroine, and she was lived where? In Greece before long years ago. Clear? Yes. And she lived with her parents and brothers and sisters at the foot of Mount Olympus in Thessaly. So we have already discussed before long years in ancient time in Greece there was a maiden, a young girl lived. Her name was Arachne. And she lived with, means in her family, in her house, who are there? Parents, brothers and sisters. Who are there with her? Her parents, mother and father. Brothers, sisters. So it was a joint family, a big family. So she was living happily with her family in Greece. And where is her house? Sister, at the foot means down of Mount Olympus. Mount Olympus. What is Mount? Mountain means what? Mountain. Huge hills will be there, right? So that is called mountain. And where she was living, the foot of means at the, so if it is Arachne's home, it is at the foot of the mountain, means down of the mountain. Okay, down of the mountain, foot of the mountain, Arachne was living. Which mountain? The name of the mountain is Olympus. Okay, which was it? Olympus. So Arachne was living, her house was situated at the down of the Mount Olympus. Clear? So, where is in Thessaly? Thessaly is the place name. The name of the place is Thessaly. So, is it clear? So, who is Arachne? The story of Arachne, or Arachne was living before long years in Greece. And she was a beautiful maiden. She was a beautiful young girl who is not married. She is a young girl. And what's her speciality? She was living with her parents, brothers and sisters. And her house was at the down of Mount Olympus in Thessaly. Thessaly is the place. In Thessaly, under the Olympus mountain, Arachne lived with her huge family, with her parents, brothers and sisters. Clear? Yes. Then, their cottage was on the outskirts of the village. What is cottage? Cottage means their houses. Their small house is called a cottage. Their small house was on the outskirts of village. Outskirts means not in the middle of the village, but little bit away from the village. Okay, so outskirts means what? At the end of the village, not in the middle of the village, at the end of the village, outskirts. So their cottage was, their house was on the outskirts of the village, at the end of the village, and was surrounded by, means around her village was by meadows. What is meadow? Green field. Just look at the picture in page number 39. You can see the beautiful village Thessaly there. The village is situated at the outskirts, means their place, her house is situated at the end of the outskirts of the village Thessaly, and it is surrounded by, the house, her house is surrounded by green field, meadows, though through which ran a murmuring stream. So can you imagine a house in the middle of green field? Okay, everywhere it is green field, and the middle of the green field a small house, and through the green field one more thing is there, a murmuring stream. Murmuring means making small sound. Stream means small river. You can see in the picture. So through the meadows there are murmuring streams, means the streams, the rivers are making small sound, the flowing sound, and they are moving beautifully. Such a beautiful place is Thessaly, and she is living there. Then when the sun shone, means when the sun rises bright, Arachne would walk along the banks of the stream. So at the daytime, when the sun shines in the sky, what is her habit? She walks. She goes for a walk through the bank of the river. You can see it in the picture. So the first part is very much clear in the picture. Got it? So listen carefully. The story Arachne is a Greek mythology, a Greek story. So before long years, in ancient time in Greece, there was a maiden, a young girl named Arachne. Arachne was lived with her parents, brothers and sisters. Then what? And her house was situated, her cottage, her house was situated at the foot of huge Olympus mountain. A huge mountain named Olympus. Clear? And where it is? In Thessaly. The place name is Thessaly. And their cottage was, their house was at the end of the village, of the outskirts of the village, and her house was surrounded by beautiful green field called meadows. And through the meadows there are beautiful murmuring, there is a beautiful murmuring stream. Means a beautiful murmuring small river is also flowing. Very beautiful to see. And so she is very lucky because she is living in such a beautiful place. Just close your eyes and just imagine that you are standing in Thessaly, and close your eyes and you can feel you are standing in front of the cottage, beautiful cottage, and around the cottage green fields are there, and also a small river is flowing, a small stream is flowing, and in front of that you can see the huge mountain Olympus. And what was her habit? When the sun rises, at the daytime she used to go for a walk through the bank of the river, that you can see in the picture. Okay, so that is the beginning of the story Arachne. Then what will happen to her? What is going to happen? How she became pride, and at last what happened? Lot of questions are there. You are eagerly waiting, I know. I am also eagerly waiting to know. So let us discuss what happened to her in the next class. What you want to do is read the first part of the story very nicely and send your reading as an audio clip to me through WhatsApp. Okay? Through WhatsApp or through Google Classroom. No problem, as you wish. Send the first paragraph, first part as a voice clip. So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.